Good morning, everybody. It's your old friend Larry again, and I'm back with another episode of Larry Visits, the special edition. So, it's special to me, but maybe not so much to you. So, if you'll hang out with me for the next 5 to 7 minutes, we can get through this together. So, this is going to be the story about Barstow and the mini Barstow adventures. So stick around and let's have some fun with this. I found it pretty interesting. I wrote a pretty interesting story, I think. Comment below whether you think it is. And yeah, remember, get them done. Good morning, everybody. This is old Larry. And the time now is currently 9:30 in the morning here in Barstow. And I decided to come on here and tell you a little story about a Larry Visits, when Larry visits Barstow. But this is a new edition, so every story, instead of useless facts and that might not or you might not like, I decided to come up with a little fun story to describe the town, maybe. Some of it has some interesting facts, some of it don't. So this is all out of my head. So if anyone wonders what truck drivers think, well, maybe this could be it. So, as we dive in, this is going to be titled The Barstow Adventures. So, stick around, because this is going to be fun. Once upon a time in the desert town of Barstow, California, where the winds blow so hot you could practically cook eggs on the sidewalk, there lived a kid named Joey. Joey was a curious 10-year-old with a wild hair and a never-ending need for adventure. He lived near the world's largest thermometer, which stood tall and proud by the highway, like it was daring everyone to beat Barstow's record-breaking temperatures. One scorching hot summer afternoon, Joey was just bored out of his mind. He had already read every comic book he owned twice. He had eaten 3 popsicles and even tried making a lemonade stand, only to realize no one wanted warm lemonade. So he decided to set out on an adventure with his best friend Speedy the tortoise, even though Speedy wasn't very fast at all. But he was a loyal companion. Joey had hopped on his scooter with Speedy in the basket. They were off. Joey was cruising down the street, desert dust blowing under his tires, came across the diner, where the smell of sizzling burgers waned in the air. Old man Jenkins, who was standing outside, sticking his head in an ice chest in front of the diner, had heard Joey beep his horn. "Afternoon," Mr. Jenkins yelled from inside the icebox. Joey said, "Good afternoon, Mr. Jenkins." "Why is your head in the freezer?" he said. "Well, it's cooler in here than it is out there." "So," Mr. Jenkins' voice echoing through the freezer said, "where are you headed off to today?" "I'm on an adventure," Joey said with a smile. "Can I interest you with a half-melted popsicle?" Joey laughed. "No, I already had 3 today." And with that, Joey laughed and sped away, heading towards the edge of town, where the desert stretched for as far as the eye could see. Where should we go?" Joey asked Speedy, when all of a sudden, but Speedy never responded. He never does. when all of a sudden Joey saw something in the distance, a shining piece of something he could not describe. Joey rushed his scooter as fast as he could go. The shining spot kept getting bigger and brighter. When he finally got to it, it was just an old shopping cart. Oh man, Joey swatted his ball cap on his leg. It's just a shopping cart. When all of a sudden the shopping cart grew 10 times larger and had 2 eyes and a mouth. Hey kid, the cart said. Joey rubbed his eyes thinking the desert heat is playing tricks on him. Hey kid, the cart said once again. Are you talking to me? Joey asked. Well, I don't see anyone else around, so yeah, I'm talking to you. The cart said, do you know how long I've waited for someone to find me? Joey couldn't believe his ears. How can you be talking? Joey asked. The shopping cart rolled his wheels closer to Joey and said, I'm a magical cart. Name's Old Carl. Speedy, unfazed, let out a yawn, or what at least looked like a yawn. Carl then went on to explain, you see, kid, I can only come to when someone finds me. I thought you was some abandoned town that I saw, and I could explore. Then Carl just laughed. Well, hop in and bring your turtle with you. And so with that, Joey reluctantly put Speedy in the cart and climbed inside. And just like that, they were off. The cart was rushing through desert, flying over sand dunes, and all of a sudden Joey saw it. An old abandoned town. This is the old Calico town, Carl said. Joey stood up in the cart and yelled, cool! With excitement building, Joey climbed out of the cart and said, is it spooky or half ghost? Then Carl laughed. Only if that's what you want it to be. You could be anything you want out here. Awesome, Joey shouted with excitement. For an hour, Joey searched far and low, high and wide, in and out of every building, with Speedy and Carl right behind him. Don't be scared, said Joey to Speedy. Then Carl piped up, well, kid, it's getting late, so we probably should be heading back. Joey reluctantly said, yeah, I can't wait to tell my friends and family about this, even though nobody will believe it. Well, Carl said, I'm your new adventure cart, and you and I will have adventures for years to come. With that, Joey hopped on his scooter and rushed back into town, with the cart tied to the back of his scooter. Joey, riding back into town, Mr. Jenkins, still with his head in his freezer, yelled out, did you have a good time? Yeah, I did, and I even brought something back, a magic cart. Mr. Jenkins just shook his head. Son, that's just a regular cart. Because obviously, no one could see it unless they found it. So, I hope you enjoyed this. This has been another Larry Visits. And this is Barstow, California. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed writing it. And I'm going to write some more for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. And remember, get them done.